What is good, everyone? Chris here from Slips.n.tipps back for another video. In this video, I'm going to talk to you guys about my favorite AFL picks for Thursday night footy. Now, this is going to be an epic game. We've got Lions versus Collingwood. Both teams desperate for a win. Both teams have started the season off horribly, and Lions have home ground advantage at the Gabba. So before I get into my picks, guys, if you're new here, my name is Chris. I post free picks here on YouTube. I'm very active on Instagram, so go and check out my Instagram page. It's a free public page. I post all my NRL, EPL, NBA picks on there as well. And yeah, Instagram is free, guys. I do this all for free, so show some love and give us a follow. I've also got a free Telegram group. All you need to do is download the Telegram app and then join. I post all my picks there first, nice and early. So these picks have actually been live on my page for quite some time. If you click this video, just like my NRL video previously, it's because I'm going to talk to you guys about my favorite stats and just a bit about my reasons and thinking towards this game and why I'm taking each of these legs. Now, I'm only focusing on the Thursday night game, so I've got a video out for the Penrith Panthers and the Roosters game. Go and check that out. This one's for the Pies versus the Lions, which is going to be a great game. Now, for me, I'm looking at a flip, which is looking at 4 legs, and then I'm looking at a player-only triple up. So once again, 4 legs. So a lot of legs. I don't really like to usually do this many legs, especially for a flip. But if you know the AFL, it's very similar to the NBA in the sense of stats and players. It's very tempting to chuck them in. So yeah, I just want a safe flip, guys. All I care about is hitting every single tip that I put out. That's my priority. And yeah, that's why I'll talk to you guys about each one of these legs. So what I usually do is I usually throw 1 unit or 2 units on the multi all together. And then I throw my most amount of units on the flip as my best bet. And the triple up's just a bit of fun in a sense where I really like these players and I really want to include them. And I think this is going to be a high scoring game as well. So that's why there's a lot of goals and disposals, which we'll talk about. So without wasting any more time, guys, let's talk about it, guys. We've got a 3-player multi and an alternative points that I'm taking for my flip. Now, I'll put it here, and I'll give you guys my reasons as well. So 3-player multi, but I'm taking the alternative points over 152.5. Now, this should be a close game. Like I said, both teams are desperate to start the season and get a win. They've had a horrible run to start the season. The Lions are short favorites, and usually in a game like this, there's a bunch of goals and points because both teams are just stacked with goal kickers. Now, for me, the Lions should win this game, but I didn't want to pick any kind of head-to-head results. Even the margin, I just didn't really know where to play the line. So that's why I kind of avoided an outcome completely and just stuck with players and this alternative points total. Now, each of Collingwood's last 4 games have gone over the total projected points line, which is currently set to 167.5. So I've watered it down to 152.5. I think it's very doable at this spot, and that's why I'm really loving this and taking it for my flip. Now, that's the total points, guys. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. I think there's going to be a bunch of goals scored. You'll see that in a second. And yeah, that's why I got this over taking as well for this game. I'm taking the alternative over. Now, let's talk about the first player prop, guys. We're going with Josh Dunkley, 20-plus disposals, guys. Now, he's covered this in 2 of his last in his last 2 games to open up the season, where he got 26 and 21 disposals. So he's clearly started off the season great as far as disposals goes, even though in those games there were losses. He's also covered this line in in his last 3 games to end the season last year. So I looked at his stats from last season, and that's why I really like it as well. And more importantly, he's covered this in his last 5 games against the Pies. So yeah, good history against them, loves versing them, very active. 20 plus is very doable for me. That's why I like it. He's also hit this in 8 of his last 10 home games as well. So chuck that in the mix. At home, he plays great. He loves versing the Pies. That's why I'm taking it. Now, next leg, Eric Hipwood, 1+ goal. He scored 3 goals in round 1, so he's capable of getting 2 or more, clearly. Now, he's covered this in 8 of his last 10 games going back into last season as well. Obviously, I looked at his first games opening the season, but I also want to look at last season just to kind of roll on that form, because usually players kind of pick up where they left off. Now, he's covered this also in 5 of his last 6 games against the Pies. Once again, loves versing them. And most importantly, 12 of his last 13 home games, he's covered this line as well. So that's why I really like it. Last leg, let's go with Jack Crisp, 15-plus disposals. He's hit this in 10 games straight going back into last season, and all of his 8 games he played against the Lions, he's covered this as well. So yeah, when I saw that, my eyes kind of lit up. I was like, once again, loves the matchup, loves the venue as well, because he's covered this in his last 3 games at the Gabba to chuck on top, the cherry on top of all that. So that's why I'm going with Chris for 15-plus disposals. He's capable of getting 20. I mean, he should be very active, and that's why I really like him 15-plus. So stats-wise, guys, these are all ticking all my boxes, and that's why I think it's going to be an exciting flip, hopefully done by the 3rd quarter. We'll see how we go. Hopefully it's safe. Now, let's jump to my triple up. I'll put it here once again and just talk to you guys about it. Now, for my first leg, guys, let's talk about it. Bobby Hill, 1+ goal. A lot of you guys send me a DM about this, and I totally get why. He ticks all the boxes to score a goal. And considering the value to score that goal, I mean, it's a great leg to chuck into any multi because, yeah, that's what I've done here. I just couldn't resist. He's been an absolute beast. So he scored in all 3 of his games to open up this season. He scored 2 goals last week, and he scored 4 goals against the Lions in the grand final last season as well. So that's an epic kind of stat that you need to think of because the last time he met the Lions, there was 4 goals scored from him. He had a massive game. I remember that. Now, he's also covered this in 4 games versus the Lions in general, and he's covered this in his last 3 games at the Gabba. So he likes the venue as well. So once again, ticking a lot of boxes here. Now, Joe Danaher as well, I'm going with him for 2+ goals. This guy's an absolute beast up front. If you know, you know. He's covered this in 6 of his last 7 games going back into last season. And he's also covered this in his 7 meetings against the Pies as well. Now, he's also hit this line in 7 of his last 10 home games. So the history is there against the Pies. The fact that he's playing at home, he just kicks way more confidently. And the fact that I've got this game as going super high scoring, I think is going to be a massive part of that. And he could even get 3, I would not be surprised. Now, next leg is the disposals, and someone we all know, Nick Dacos, 25+ Ds. Now, he's covered this in 8 of his last 10 games, going all the way back into last season. And he's also hit this in 3 games against the Lions, averaging 31.33 disposals per game across that spread. So once again, great matchup. He usually gets in the 30s. I would not be surprised if he gets 30+ disposals. I mean, that's usually where his line is at anyway. And that's why I think 25+ is very doable for him. He's also covered this in his last 2 games when he played at the Gabba as well. So main man for Collingwood in a very intense game, hopefully high scoring. 25 disposals makes perfect sense to me. That's why I chucked him in there. Last leg for this triple up, guys, Lachie Neale, 20+ disposals. He's hit this in 8 of his last 10 games, covering this line, averaging 23.9 disposals per game. And he's also covered this in 8 games straight versus the Pies. So matchup is there, form is there. We know how much of a beast he is. He had a great season last season. Once again, if you know, you know. He's also hit this in the massive stat, guys, 19 of his last 20 games at the Gabba. So 20+ disposals in 19 of his last 20 games. I mean, if you want to take him for 25+, add a bit more juice, go for it. I also love it there. But for me, 20+ is great. That's where I'm taking him. So yeah, that's my triple up, guys. Now, let me know what you guys think of these videos. It's really stats orientated. There's a lot of really good content creators online talking to you guys about footy. And if you want to learn more about the AFL, send me a DM because I love watching the AFL. And considering what a great game this is going to be, this is a really good game to watch as well. So yeah, the total odds combined for all of those together, the flip and the triple up, is at 525. So once again, I'll be sprinkling a unit or 2 on that with the goal to sweep. That's always the goal. And yeah, that's my AFL video for Thursday night, guys. Once again, I'm going to try put out more content like this for each game or a bunch of games like Friday and Saturday, and also for my NRL video, which I just posted with my NBA video as well. So go and show some love, guys. I do this all for free. I love it. I just want to see ticks for us. That's my main goal. Every single tip I put out, I want to upload a winning slip. And yeah, I just want to sweep. That's all I care about, guys. So yeah, good luck punting today. Hopefully it's a good game. Hopefully it's high scoring. And yeah, I'm really excited to watch this one. Let me know what you think in the comments and have a good night. Good luck, everyone. Hopefully we get that broom out and get them ticks. Cheers.